The following production is part of the Play Some Video Games podcast network.
What is up, everybody? Oh, Jesus Christ. I've been hanging out with the Nintendo Guru way too much this week. Good evening, one and all. Welcome to this week's edition of Play Some Video Games, the flagship show of the PSVG podcast network. That's right, I said it. The flagship. The big boss daddy, if you will. With me this evening is none other the man who puts the board in board games, the co-host of Board with Video Games, Josh Barboni. How are you, sir?
I am excellent. I'm in such a good mood.
I know I said you're boring, but that's better than what Kyle refers to as being many, many weeks on that show. Like the jelly to his peanut butter and these weird innuendos that get awkward sometimes. So,
well, if you heard today's episode that dropped, he nailed my comparison on the head.
Oh, I'm behind. I haven't listened to that one yet, so it's in the queue. Are you thawing out there? I mean, today was nice, but we've had a cold snap to end all cold snaps this week.
Today it was 60 degrees warmer than it was 2 days ago.
No, it was more than that because we were in the negative, but
yeah,
it hit 60 out here today, which is weird because where Josh and I live, we had weather this weekend, Sunday, Monday. Right?
Monday, it was -5.
Yeah, and the real feel was in the negative, like high 20s and 30s.
27.
Which I've never, I can't recall any time in my life that I've experienced that cold in our area before. Like, it's not like that normally. It was
global warming?
Global warming.
Oh, and you had to work outside in most of it, didn't you?
I was outside all day, Sunday and Monday.
No.
They were like, make sure you go in every half an hour to warm up. There's no choice. You can't just go in every half an hour. You're trying to get a job done. We'd not get the job done.
No. And really, like, how productive are you going to be in a half hour? Like, you go inside, you get all your gear off, you warm up. By the time you warm up, it's more than a half hour anyway. And then you jump right back out to it and you feel worse than if you just stayed out there and kind of dealt with it for a little bit longer.
Everything's frozen over that you did.
Yeah, that's it too. Oh, but also with me, if you couldn't tell by the chuckles there, the man who doesn't have to worry about any of this right now, my Mr. from another sister, the nacho cheese to Coach Mo's French fries, co-host of the PSVG OT, Mr. Devetaya. Sir, how are you?
I am doing excellent. I'm nice and warm and cozy, not dealing with any of that white, cold stuff y'all have to deal with.
It's called snow, Devin.
I don't know what that, doesn't sound familiar. It doesn't ring any bells here. Okay. Snow? What's that? I mean, our seasons are like fires, mudslides, earthquakes.
That's true.
So
you have
what
different
season
problems,
are you in
really.
now?
I think right now we're in the mudslide season.
Okay.
You've been raining a lot, right? It's been a lot of flooding.
Got a lot of rain out here, and people don't know how to act when it rains. It's like, can we just get a rain date so we can save some lives here? Because people be driving like they ain't got no sense. So yeah, I've been nice and warm and chilling. It's been great.
There you go. So let's kick it off like we do each and every week for the most part. And let's talk a little bit about what we've been playing. I'm going to let Dev go first, only because I know he gets to talk about something other than Destiny, guys.
Yeah, so the last month, actually, I've been playing nothing but Spider-Man exclusively. I actually looked at my log time for Destiny, and it said you haven't played in over a month. So, I've just been playing other stuff. So I've been playing Spider-Man. I'm at about 87% of the campaign, and I'm trying to do all of the side stuff. That way, I complete it and get the platinum all at once so I can just be done. Really enjoying my time in the game. Really enjoying how the story's folding out. Some stuff has happened that I didn't see coming, which is always pretty cool. Some things have taken a turn, but yeah, I'm really excited to wrap it up and see how it all plays out. And then maybe play some of the DLC later on, maybe during the summer or something like that. But I'm really enjoying that. And other than that, I've been playing a little bit on the Switch. Played the, the Football Turbo Heroes or whatever.
Oh, the one Donnie's playing?
Yeah, the one Donnie was playing. I was like, oh, this looks like fun, and I need something on this Switch so I can just collect dust. So I played that, and it's been a lot of fun. Just building a team. Both of you actually are my wide receiver core.
Nice. There you go.
So that's kind of funny. Yeah, you guys are wide receivers. Donnie's the QB. I'm the running back. I got Mo on the line. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. The game is just like, a cool game to pick up for 5 minutes here, 5 minutes. You can actually get an entire game done, which is really cool. And then other than that, that's the only 2 things I've been playing. So
having a
good time with it.
How much is that football one? Because I don't think Donnie mentioned.
I think it's 15.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's perfect. That's like my price range for the Switch.
Yeah, that's the one you can swing. You don't need to worry about saving up for that one. You're like, all right, I could do this one.
Yeah, I have a real hard time wanting to spend $60 for a game on that system. It's difficult because most of the games are ports of stuff I already have.
Yeah, right.
Or actual first party games that I don't want to play. So I'm struggling here to find the games that I want to play in a price range that I can afford. So
good.
We'll see how it all pans out.
Did Donnie, I know he said he was sending it to, did he in fact send you Detroit?
Yes, he did. That's
okay,
the next game on my list for PlayStation until Anthem comes out. So as soon as I'm done with Spider-Man, I'm going to hop into Detroit. And then once I'm done with Detroit, Anthem should be kicking off, and then I'm going to lose my life to that for a few months.
Perfect. I want to hear your thoughts on Detroit. That's why I'm looking forward to that one. I'll go next. I don't really have a whole heck of a lot to talk about, really, because I've mentioned in the Discord, I'm kind of in a gaming funk right now. I can't seem to focus on something and want to play it. And I think I figured it out, guys. I know we talked a little bit about it. I think I'm just burnt out from these giant games, these open sandboxes. Like, you can't just, there's no games for me right now to pick up and play and beat right now. I've done the Spider-Man thing. Like, that's a great example of one I can get through and play, but I've done it, so I don't want to go back. So I've been playing Fortnite only because my oldest daughter has kind of jumped back in it a little bit. So I'm playing that a little bit with her. As part of my 100 games bucket list, I'm playing PUBG again, which I'm having actually fun with. They've made some improvements there, so it's good. And for the first time, Rocket League, which is, I know it's a weird thing for most gamers who've already played Rocket League. I never had.
Me neither.
Booted it up. I get the appeal. It's fun. I'm all set. I put in like 4 or 5 hours. I get it. I don't know. I mean, there's games for every single player, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything about that. Like, by all means, I keep playing Fortnite and PUBG and stuff, but I don't see the hook in Rocket League for me to be like, I want to keep playing this. I need to win. It's my first, I think I've played maybe 10 matches. I haven't lost one yet. Wow. Most of them haven't even been close. I don't know if it's just because of maybe the leveling system only pairs me with weaker players, something like that. But I'm not like also the superstar on my team scoring, 10 goals myself. I'll score 3 or 4 and I'll do some defensive stuff and kind of get in the way of the other players. But yeah, I'm not dominating that game by any means, but it's just, I don't quite get the appeal, but it's fun. I did boot up the Messenger, which I had free, thanks to Amazon Prime Games. So on my PC, I'm actually playing it, which is fun, but I hooked up a controller. So it's like I'm playing it retro style. Streamed, the first 3 levels, I think. Pretty sure. Yeah. First 3 levels. It's a lot of fun. It is very much like a Shinobi game or Ninja Gaiden. But you get the RPG elements of you unlock skills and you can actually add, health to your character. You can add new moves to your character, like wall climbing, stuff like that. So it's pretty fun so far. Very cool game. I haven't hit that thing. It's all in 8-bit right now. I haven't hit that 16-bit switch that happens like halfway through the game, I guess. So I haven't gotten there yet. But it's a pretty cool game. So I recommend that one for sure. And then lastly, the thing I participated in the Call of Duty Blackout trial period. I did the community gaming night with the PSXP guys, which was a lot of fun. Justin and I kind of kicked it off for like the first, I think, almost hour while we were waiting for Seth and his buddy, I think Mark who came on and played. And we had a lot of fun. We didn't win. Justin and I kind of held our own a few times. And then when Seth got in, he informed us that he played 2 matches prior, and that was it. So, and Seth has no experience with like even like a Fortnite or anything like that. So, I mean, he's really was out of his element. And his buddy Mark, who plays Destiny with him, I guess it's 2 of them that play Destiny every week on the Tuesdays, had never played Call of Duty Blackout either. So it was like their first time. So it was like Justin and I were really trying to figure out how to navigate that and help them out, get them used to it and this and that. So we had fun, played it for, I think, like 2 hours. We streamed it and they kept playing when I disconnected too for a bit. So that was a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it, man. And it's scary because it's almost got me willing to pull that trigger on Call of Duty, which I haven't done in
Oh my goodness.
6-7 years probably. I haven't bought a Call of Duty game. But I keep seeing those sales at the $30 price range. I'm like, for 30, I might do it. I'm not paying that $60 for that thing, but 30 might get me. And a couple times I've resisted because I was like, I don't need another one of these Fortnite, PUBG, Blackout games. I have enough. I have more than enough. I have Battlefield, and that will be getting its mode sometime in the next couple months too. So I don't really need it, but I had a lot of fun with that. So yeah, that's kind of it for me. Just the same old stuff, waiting on that Resident Evil, which will hopefully unlock. I would love for it to unlock at midnight. So when I get up in the morning, I can play like an hour before I got to go to work. That'd be awesome. But yeah, it's preloaded, pre-installed, pre-ordered on the Xbox. So it should be ready to unlock as soon as it goes live. Hopefully it does tonight, and looking forward to that because that will be a shorter experience. I will be able to beat it and hopefully get me out of my funk before we get our hands on Anthem, or if I pull the trigger in Kingdom Hearts 3. Not sure yet.
Ooh.
It's it's just I know it's gonna be a big game too, and it's like we'll see. Anthem's already paid for it, so that's a done deal. So, but Josh, what have you been playing, sir?
You've got Wildlands. You've been playing Wildlands.
I have, but I've stopped since the last episode. I don't think I've played it in a week.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
I still have it installed. It's still there. I didn't delete it yet. I can always jump back in. But once again, that's another massive game. Like there's so much to do where it's like.
Yeah.
I want to focus on the story in Wildlands because I actually genuinely enjoy it, even though it's just slightly over the top. I mean, you've played it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So that main villain is just that's too much, man. Like, do you need the 90 face tattoos? Like that was just too on the nose. But like all the cartels and people that work for him, I'm enjoying that storyline of navigating each of their own stories. And each have their own unique reason why they work for him. I enjoyed that part of it, but you can't just mainline the story because you won't get the right gear or skills you need to be able to do everything. So they force you into doing these side quests in order for you to stay competitive. But
the Ubisoft way.
yeah, it's true. But the thing is, like, I'm having fun with the side missions, but not as much fun as say Watch Dogs 2 fun with the side missions, where I felt like I was doing something. Like the Watch Dogs 2 side missions, you felt like it was just more story.
Yeah.
This isn't. It's purely just, hey, get into this town, infiltrate this town, and you could get this equipment for your gun here on the map. Like there's no story to it. Just get there and get the item, and then you can level up, or get the experience points. You can level up. Like all it is there's no story around that aspect. So,
boo.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Josh. I interrupted.
Oh, that's okay. I instigated that. So I bought the Division for my third console. I got the Division on the PC. Because Fluxdepose has their humble partners now, so to support them even more, I bought a Humble Bundle monthly, and it was for February. So we got 3 games so far, then like a bunch of them unlock in February 1st. And Yakuza 0 and The Division were the first 2 games. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of just excited because Lucas and Ed and Callow were excited. Yeah. And I was like, I'm excited for people excited about The Division.
Yeah.
I love The Division, and I played it solo. Kyle and I, we only played a couple missions together. So my experience with The Division is pretty much just solo. So it was fun to play with 2 other people. I know it can go up to 4. Mm-hmm. But even playing with 2 people, for the little bit of time we've played so far, we had a lot of fun. The Division is a different game now than it was when it came out.
Yeah. Even
with single player, because they've kind of streamlined everything, especially with the gear. And it's nice that you can share unmodified gear with your teammates. So it's just a fun experience, and $12 a month, or it was $10 a month, and I got Yakuza 0 also.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get like 6 more games. It was kind of like a no-brainer. Mm-hmm. So we did play some of that. I did download Messenger and Hyperlight Drifter through Amazon Prime Twitch thing. I'm looking forward to trying those out. I don't often sit at the computer though and play games, so it really depends on. Sometimes after podcasting, I'll sit down.
Good thing you signed up for the Humble Monthly then.
I know, right?
With all computer games.
I'll probably just do it the first month and then cancel and sign up again if a good game pops up.
That's I think what I'm going to do too is I'm going to pull the trigger whenever I see something good coming up. The only problem is they don't reveal everything before it launches.
Yeah, and you can't buy afterwards.
Yeah, so I mean that kind of stinks. I've seen some where like the main games that they're pitching, I don't care about, but then all of a sudden like some of those other games they launch, I'm like, oh, I would have bought it if I knew that. Like,
yeah, but I mean, if I don't activate my keys, I can give them away. For the
that's
podcast.
true. That is very true. That's the good thing with Steam. Yeah,
so it's not killer. And honestly, I could take $10 from my Patreon contribution from Fluxtapose because they're getting my $10 from Humble, and then just that's how they're getting my $10 instead of
that's true
double my contribution. Anyways, I won't take money away from you, Jason Lucas. Not yet, at least. I've finally unlocked my Smash roster.
Oh, nice.
As I say, so I guess I'm done with Smash Brothers. I did it.
Yeah, I haven't touched it in weeks. I unlocked the whole roster and it's like, I don't think I've played that game in 2 or 3 weeks now at this point.
I need people to come over to play, or I need to play online with some of you guys.
Just not Jason.
I'll play with Jason as long as I get some plays in. You can kick my butt. I mean, the computer kicks my butt anyway, so I might as well be with someone I know. I did, so I downloaded the Resident Evil 2 demo. I fully expected to not enjoy this game. I really thought it was just going to be another bad remake. It blew me away, man.
Nice.
It's so impressive. And Kyle kept telling me, no, they say it's like Resident Evil 4 now. And it really is like Resident Evil 4. It feels like controlling the characters in Resident Evil 4. It looks so crisp. It looks so nice. The controls are even good. I expected them to be wonky like all the Resident Evil games. Yeah. I just really enjoyed it. So I was talking to Kyle for a game share thing, and we were going back and forth over Kingdom Hearts and RE2, and I think I'm going to get us our Resident Evil 2 because we have some time to fill for Anthem.
Yeah, that's true.
And then that Anthem beta drops tomorrow at noon. So I'll definitely be spending some time tomorrow before and after work with Anthem, just because we haven't bit the bullet on Anthem yet. And I want to make sure, I'm just, iffy on BioWare right now. So I want to make sure that I play this game and I enjoy it. I fully anticipate to love it, but we're getting into the season, where $60 on a game is between 1 and 4 games. Like I can't spend $240 on games. I could buy one game.
Yep.
And then wait and then buy another game maybe. You hear the ghost in my house that just made that noise? So that's it. I haven't been playing too much either. I kind of been feeling that funk that you're in, Kev, because I get into that every once in a while. I have plenty of games to play.
So do I. Yeah.
And I just don't have the wants to do it. I've been focusing more on Netflix and HBO and watching things because with my time with a almost 2-year-old in the house, I'm either playing a game or watching a movie or a series. I can't do both.
Right.
Time-wise. So it's just kind of been shows on Netflix or catching up on a couple movies on HBO, and then I look at the Xbox, I'm like, man, or I'm like, I should be playing Dragon Quest. I started Dragon Quest 11.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I really enjoyed what I started, but I'm like, I should get back to this, and I haven't. So, I feel you. I feel the funk, and hopefully I get out of it before all these big games come out.
Yeah, I gotta put down the Battle Royale stuff. I really do. I need to stop with that. That's my problem.
Well, we bought Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Kyle and I.
Oh, you did?
We played 2 matches. And I'm like, we paid $60 for this. Why?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At 30, I don't feel as bad, but I just need to stop because that's all I'm playing. And
we all have to slow down because every game's coming out at $30 now.
Well, yeah, that's true.
We just wait. I know we can't do that because it's also part of our job to not do that.
Well, yeah, but
so we can review these things.
Yeah, that's true. We got to stay relevant, talk about things, and not just be like, hey, I just picked up Watch Dogs 1. How about that, guys? That was good, right?
On PC.
Sleeping Dogs, am I right? Stuff like that. We're gonna hit that
then
point.
We encroach on that backlog busters.
Yeah, that's right. They're gonna pull their Patreon support real quick. These guys are stealing our gimmick. Hi, Trash Turkey. Hi, Grouchy. Sorry. All right, so I think that wraps up what we've been doing recently. So not a whole lot except for Dev. Go figure. Everyone else has nothing to report except for Dev, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm playing Spider-Man. I'm loving this."
I'm playing board games, but nobody wants to hear about that.
Well, if they do, there's a separate show all for that.
A whole another show for that.
Whole other show for that. All right, guys. So let's jump in. Let's check out the news of the week.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite news outlet on the Citadel.
So this week we're going to have some news stories, but I do have some conversation I want to interject into some of these because I think there's more to just the story, and we can have some good conversation around a few of these items. So bear with me here. First one kind of jumps right in a little bit to the whole Resident Evil thing. So Resident Evil's been in the news a lot lately with the remake. It seems to be great. Things, not just what Josh saying about his demo, but the media overall starting to release impressions, release reviews, and all been pretty positive. They're saying this is good. It's good stuff. Actually, so Josh, I forgot to ask you, did you play Resident Evil 7?
I did.
Okay. Did you enjoy that? No.
And not because it's not a good game.
Yeah. Okay.
I just realized I had a hard time handling it. It was a little surreal for me. Like, as a person who loves horror movies, and enjoys these things, I found it just like how I had some trouble with Detroit, like content story wise. I don't know what it is, but maybe I'm too dad mode now, and I can't enjoy the finer, grosser, disgusting things.
That's true. That's why I want to see how Dev reacts to this, because I had a hard time in parts of Detroit, and I mean, I stuck it through to play through, but there was times like I was legitimately angry at that game. So, I was just wondering if you enjoyed Resident Evil 7, just to have a gauge for, is it similar to RE2 or anything like that, or is it just really like an up-res version of what those older games were, but like polished?
Resident Evil 2 and versus Resident Evil 7, if you're talking story-wise, not even close. But if you're talking, so even in the opening of Resident Evil 2, because they redid all the CGs as CG2, it's very graphic.
Okay.
And if you watch any comparison videos like online, it's not even close. Like the first Resident Evil 2, they don't show any gore. This thing.
No, yeah, that's true.
My wife walked in the room. She's like, "What is this?" Yeah. I know.
I mean, RE2 was what? PlayStation 1?
PlayStation 1, yeah.
Yeah, and I actually played on N64. That one was on Nintendo.
Wow.
Before they started doing the remakes on the GameCube, that's when they started doing some of the other ones. But yeah, I played that one on GameCube N64 of all things. So those bad tank controls plus that weird controller.
Yeah.
It's a great combo. Great combo. But yeah, that's how I played it. But anyway, so Resident Evil is heading to television now. So Netflix is planning a scripted series based on the hit action horror franchise. It will be a Netflix original. German production distribution company, Constantin Film, behind the Resident Evil movies that are based on the Capcom video game series, is doing the studio. They're not partnering with the same people that worked on the movies, obviously. Mila Jovovich is not expected to carry on over or anything like that. But yeah, Netflix is looking to bring it to the screen. So obviously Netflix has been chomping at a lot of these video game series, which we'll talk about in a moment too, that they're kind of putting out through. And I'm kind of wondering, does this excite you guys at all? There's really no details. They're saying it's going to expand the Resident Evil universe, continue with the existing mythology. So they're not rewriting the story, but this story will probably not see Chris Redfield. You probably won't see Leon Kennedy. Like, you're not going to see these characters, but it's going to be based in the same story. So you might hear their names, might be stuff like that. They're calling it a drama series that's going to explore the dark inner workings of the Umbrella Corporation and the New World Order caused by the outbreak of the T-virus. Projects are in the early stages, but they expect to incorporate all of Resident Evil signatures, including action sequences, little Easter eggs, probably nod to the games and stuff like that as well. So I'm kind of excited, but they haven't said if it's going to be something that's going to be animated, because it could be that too. We've seen a couple of those Resident Evil animated movies come out, or it could take the Castlevania route and be like an anime almost for this, or if it's going to be live action. There's not really any word around that there. But I found it a little exciting to see. Finally, they're announcing one for Netflix that actually has my attention a little bit. we talked about it a little bit in the Discord. I posted the article, and Lucas took the opportunity to say, "Oh, please erase all those movies." I'm not going to claim that those movies are good. I enjoyed them. I had fun with those movies, especially the first one. I thought wasn't that bad at all. And for like the longest time, and possibly debatably even now, in my mind, is still the best video game movie. When you think about how the bad ones are, because I didn't see the newest Tomb Raider, but in my mind it was better than the Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider movies. So like the Mortal Kombat movies, I thought it was better than that. So like, yes, it didn't follow the game, but I still liked what they did with it myself personally. But either you guys excited about this? Your thoughts on the Resident Evil franchise as a whole, as far as entertainment versus video games?
I'm in a weird place with Resident Evil. I could not stand the games on like when they originally came out, so I was turned off after RE1. Just the tank controls drove me insane. I couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. But I have definitely bought into the hype for RE2. I was looking at it today, looking at the price, like, this is looking like I might actually enjoy this. So I'm thinking about pulling the trigger on that one. Talk to my game share partner and see about that, because 30 is a lot easier to swallow than 60. Mm-hmm. And I also enjoyed the Resident Evil movie. I like those franchises. I mean, I'll call it a good movie. I don't care, because good to me means I enjoyed it. So whatever, you can call it a bad movie all you want, but I liked it, so it was good. So I'm interested. I like the universe of RE. It's always been something that I've really enjoyed, even though I never played the games. The actual lore and the universe, something I'm definitely interested in. So I will be following this one and probably will watch the Netflix series. I would love for it to be animated, because I just prefer animated stuff.
Yeah.
When it comes to something like this, I feel like you can do more. You're not as limited in the medium. So I would love for them to do something animated with it. It'd be great.
It's true, because you don't have to get as wrapped up in the special effects. Like, oh my God, that T-virus infected guy looks terrible. Well, if it's animated, it's a lot easier to deal with that kind of stuff.
Right.
But, and so to note too, the franchise in the movies has earned 1.2 billion worldwide, and it is the highest grossing film series ever based on a video game. But to be fair, it also has the most installments too. So
it was like 5 or 6 of them things.
Yeah, at least 5, I think. I'll do some homework while Josh talks.
Okay, you do your homework. I think it's 6 movies, but Resident Evil, the first movie was great. I think it still holds up too. Had a decent story. It didn't stick too much to the script of the games up to that point, but it obviously kept in the important character references and Umbrella Corporation and all this kind of stuff. The Resident Evil movies are like the Fast and the Furious movies.
Yeah, that's fair.
At a certain point, they become comedy. You know? I don't like any Resident Evil movie after 2. I didn't love 2.
I didn't love 2.
I really enjoyed 1. I didn't love 2. And then I think everyone after, I just didn't enjoy them at all. Only because, well, not only because, partially because I still believe that good video game movies can be made. And we arguably don't see any good video game movies.
Right.
Percentage wise, it's minimal. So it's more of a disappointment, I think, than it's no better or worse than any like Rampage or these pop movies they push out just for big special effects, big budget movies, you know? Like, someone who doesn't know video games could love Resident Evil movies. I think that's just part of my bias towards it. I think a series is great. A series is where everything should be doing now. Everything that wants to tell a story, they should be doing TV series or limited series.
Yeah.
Go to Netflix, go to HBO. Like we saw today, Jeff Bridges drops a little Big Lebowski wink. It could just be a Super Bowl commercial because it says the Super Bowl date.
Ooh. Okay.
But if it's not, maybe we have a series. Come to HBO. Don't do another movie. Don't do a sequel. Do a series. So Resident Evil, perfect for a series. Walking Dead is losing numbers.
Yeah.
So what better time than for Resident Evil to jump in and say, hey, you guys are a little sick of Walking Dead. Let's give you a zombie show that has action.
Action, yeah.
You know, I love The Walking Dead, but even I dropped off after last year. I like the story stuff.
A zombie movie that actually has a point. Like, we know why the zombies exist.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
That's true. Because Resident Evil, Walking Dead doesn't give you that for sure. You have no idea what happened.
And they said that they won't ever show how it starts.
Yeah.
What? Ugh.
And even in the comic, they're never going to reveal how it began.
Spoilers, because they don't know. They don't have a story for that. They've lost their way so much in the story as it is. The last you want to do is go back and try and figure it out. So
yeah. So yeah, I'm all aboard. I mean, here's my worry. We're gonna have zombie fatigue. It's not hit 100% yet.
Yeah,
but it's coming.
I don't know.
We got Resident Evil and then Days Gone coming out a couple months after that too. So game wise, it's not slowing down either.
The World War Z game comes out.
Right, that's right. Yep.
I mean,
we have the sequel to World War Z, the movie coming out. Like, we get no shortage of zombie stuff on the horizon.
They said we were going to have superhero fatigue, and I don't see that settling in at all. So I don't know if we're going to
We don't have superhero fatigue.
Well, the box office doesn't either. The box office doesn't either yet, though.
All the snooty art film critics.
They can kick rocks. They can kick all the rocks.
Yeah.
Get out of here with your snooty art stuff.
Lucas. I mean,
I never said that.
I did. It's okay. So you're right. There's been 6 Resident Evil movies starring Mila Jovovich, and that's all they count in the 1.2 billion. So they're not counting. I think there was 2 animated films. That's not even
animated ones were bad.
Yeah, they were bad. So that's probably why they're not even going to count them, or they lost money, and that's why they're not going to count those. But so we said now's a great time to start doing series. We haven't seen the good video game movie or series yet, arguably. Well, let's talk about all the adaptations we're getting in the next 2 years that have been confirmed and see, are there any potential winners here or anything we actually even care about? First one, dropping this May, Detective Pikachu. So while it's a Pokemon thing, which doesn't appeal to me at all, I saw the first Pokemon movie because my little sister at the time really wanted to see it. But I will say, Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu helps a lot, I think, in this as far as the sarcasm and snarkiness makes it a lot more interesting. The special effects don't look half bad, to be honest. So this one has some potential. Dev gave the thumbs down instantly, though. So why the Detective Pikachu hate?
It's not just Detective Pikachu hate. It's Pokemon in general. I've never played a Pokemon game. I have no desire to play anything Pokemon. Never seen any of the movies, the TV shows, none of that. So unless Pokemon Detective Pikachu turns into Deadpool, I'm out.
Pikapool?
I'm saying I'll watch that, but other than that, I have no desire or interest.
What if Pikachu pulls a Ted and just starts dropping like F-bombs in the movie?
Then I might watch.
Okay. That's fair. Josh, do you have any hope or interest in Detective Pikachu?
I had no interest. The trailer looks real good. It looks really funny. The CG looks incredible. I don't get to go to the theaters anymore pretty much for anything, but I make time for Marvel. And John Wick I'll make some time for. But I'll see it when it comes out, unless the wife wants to go. When's it come out? March?
May. Yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely surprised me. Like, it definitely, I assumed it was going to be terrible, and
me too.
It looks interesting.
It does. And I have the advantage. So, my youngest will be 4 at that point, and she loves Pikachu. So nice. I might take her to this and see how she fares doing that. Next one, I don't think we're going to have a whole lot to say here, but, Angry Birds already had a movie. Well, it's getting a sequel too, which is, it's just weird. See, Dev gives thumbs up for this one. All right, you're going to tell a story in a minute, but so this year will mark the 10th anniversary of Angry Birds since it hit mobile. I can't believe it's been 10 years. It honestly hasn't felt like it's been that long for them. But the first Angry Birds movie is actually the 3rd highest grossing video game movie of all time. It grossed $352 million in box office, worldwide. Only Warcraft and Rampage have earned more as a solo film, so not as a franchise, obviously. So people saw it. Why? I have no idea. But Dev, you gave the thumbs up. So why are you hyped for Angry Birds 2?
Oh man, me and my children, we love that movie. It is hilarious. It's if you haven't seen it, I would say take a second out, sit down with the kids and watch it, because it's not what you think. It's ridiculous. It's basically like a Ted movie. The Angry Bird, like the red bird, he is just a pile of trash, basically. And he recruits other piles of trash birds to go defeat the pigs or whatnot. It's hilarious. So yeah, I will definitely take my kids to go see that, because we love the original. We just saw it on Netflix one day. My daughter was just scrolling through and she saw that and recognized the game from her tablet.
Yeah.
And she was like, let's watch this. So we watched it and we were dying laughing. So I'm all in for that. I will definitely take the brood to go see that one.
Josh, let's recommend it for Netflixation on Flexible and make them watch it, and then have to dissect it for like 45 minutes to an hour.
From Bird Box to Angry Birds.
Yes. Let's recommend that.
Oh yes,
let's recommend that. So the next one on the list here comes out this November, and this one had released a teaser poster so far that gave a lot of us nightmare fuel, and that is Sonic the Hedgehog is coming out. So it's not arguable fact that he is one of the most iconic video game characters of all time. He's had multiple cartoon series, 3 decades worth of games, and he's getting a live action film, which is just weird. Yeah. Fans have been less than excited about what we've seen so far, which really isn't much, to be fair. Sonic's going to be voiced by Ben Schwartz of Parks and Rec fame, with Jim Carrey playing Dr. Robotnik. So it has the talent behind it, but visually I don't think it's what any of us thought it was going to be. So it scares me a little bit, and I don't think it's going to be one of those films that people flock to and get excited for. But Josh, your thoughts here on Sonic?
Well, let's start with the good. And I love Ben Schwartz, also the voice of BB-8.
Yep, that's true.
He's an awesome comedian, and I don't even watch Parks and Rec. I know him from all his other stuff.
Yeah.
He's great. So I'm happy for him to have Sonic. This movie is going to be like the worst movie ever made. If you see the pictures of Jim Carrey dressed up as Dr. Robotnik.
Oh, it's bad.
It is insane that they would even think to not make him CG is a bonkers decision on the studio's part. Mm-hmm. I'm sure Jim Carrey's like, dress me up as him. I did the Grinch. I can do this. But he's going to have to get into a flying egg at some point. It's going to be so bad. It's going to be so bad. And
it's weird because Jim Carrey lately has kind of taken a more serious tone. Just in
he's
general.
Doing a lot of drugs now that he's been promoting. So he's been going on an adventure.
That's true. Maybe that's why. But yeah, it just seems weird that he was even tapped for this. I mean, I think he could. If anybody can do it, it's him. But sure. I thought he was over that super goofy phase, just like Mike Myers. He doesn't do a lot of those super goofy things anymore either. But
yeah. Hey, I mean, I'm still a Jim Carrey fan. He went a little crazy after Kick-Ass 2.
Yeah.
But redemption is something that can happen, and
it won't be this movie.
I wish the movie success, but I guess I'll reserve judgment until we get a full trailer. But I don't know that Sonic has the appeal like Angry Birds does, because every kid had Angry Birds in their hands at some point, and I don't know that Sonic's been in mainstream for kids as much as like Sonic Mania is the last game we saw from Sonic.
Yeah,
and the Sonic cartoon hasn't been on for 20 years, probably 15, 20 years.
Yeah,
so I just don't know that Sonic has the appeal for kids, and that's where these movies make money is kids. So who knows?
That's true. So next up, slated for 2019, no hard date yet. The Witcher. So it's one of the most impressive action adventure games. Franchises on the planet. It's massive games, huge success with this last one, especially. Netflix is producing a Witcher series, and they tapped Henry Cavill to play Geralt. Yeah, So, I mean, the franchise is based on a book series, so it's kind of weird to say it's a video game franchise, which it's better known as a video game franchise, but it's technically a book series. But Henry Cavill as the main character, Dev, what you thinking? I'm sure you saw that really short teaser they put out before. And
yeah, it just I don't know, man. Like, I appreciate the fact that he loves the character and wants to play the character, and that's partially why he got the role. I don't know. I don't see it. Like, I'm just like, I don't know about this one. But I mean, if you think about it, they have the story there. Like, if it's based on books, you've got the video game tie-in. So it's possible that it could be another one of those breakout hits for Netflix. It's just, I gotta see the rest of the casting and see what they actually do with everything before I can really pass judgment. But right now, I don't know if I'm feeling Henry Cavill as Geralt. It just, yeah.
I don't get it either.
Not quite hitting the mark.
If you could recast right now, Netflix taps you and says, all right, who should play it then?
Oh, God, that's a tough one.
The bad guy from Avatar.
I couldn't even tell you who that is.
The guy that got into the mech and wanted to kill all the blue people. He had like the scar across his eye, the silver cut hair.
Absolutely. I know exactly wrong. Yeah, that could work.
That's what I picture every time I think of like Geralt in real life.
See, I was thinking, and this one might be a stretch too, but I think it's still better than Henry Cavill. Orlando Bloom.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So you want Legolas to be Geralt? No, I can't.
No, I'm thinking more the character from Pirates than Legolas.
No, he's Legolas. He's Legolas. That's just.
I don't like Lord.
Kevin, this guy.
Oh, yeah, that's a good.
With long hair.
Yeah. No, yeah, I like that. That's a lot better.
Sorry, listeners. I showed Kevin a picture of him.
Yeah, because I'm not as familiar with Avatar. So watch Avatar, kids.
His name is Stephen
Avatar.
Lang.
I was thinking of the cartoon when you said that. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, Airbender.
I was like, what?
I want a cartoon to play him. It'd be great. All right, so moving on, because there's a few more here in the list that I want to touch on. Some of these we'll kind of just go over real quick. But Monster Hunter is slated to get one in 2020. It's a movie, not a series this time. And it stars our favorite video game actress, Mila Jovovich, will be the main character in Monster Hunter, which is funny, of all things. So that's kind of a stretch too. I mean, she plays a great badass character. I will give her that, but Monster Hunter is a weird pull. I don't think that's going to do that well, to be honest. Minecraft is getting a movie, which is also weird. Warner Bros. Is doing it. And they tapped Peter Soleil, who's basically the director of Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, of all things. So it's a really weird reach there. Doom has another one in the works, a new movie. But they're casting the main character. So when you think Doom, you think
Jonah Hill.
No, it's actually Jonah Hill. Well, I'm not saying the movie. I'm thinking you should think of Doom the franchise. Yeah. Heavy metal music, flames, Satan, demons, whatever. And even in the reboot, which wasn't that great, you had The Rock, but at least it's a manly guy. They're replacing the main character with a female. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do story-wise there. It's going to be actress Amy Manson will be the star of the Doom movie that's being worked on right now. Universal Studios is heading that up.
I have no idea who that is.
I don't either. I'm just reading the article. But I sound like I know what I'm talking about, so we'll have to Google that.
Manson.
Call of Duty is getting one. That's working too. It's going to be more of a present day setting. So I think it's going to be one of those things where they just use the name, but it's really just a military movie.
Just make the movie out of Modern Warfare. We're good to go.
It's true. That's true.
Give me Ghost and Soap. Let's go.
Yeah. Uncharted's been in development forever, so I'm taking that one with a grain of salt. But the most recent one says Tom Holland may be playing Nathan Drake, if it's going to happen with this one, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I like him. Netflix is doing the Devil May Cry series as well because of the success of the Castlevania one. But the one I think actually has two we're going to talk about that I think has some potential here. And not because of the video game tie-in for this one. Sleeping Dogs is getting one.
Oh.
Doesn't it already exist as Hard Boiled?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
John Woo film.
Right?
Well, Donnie Yen from Ip Man and Iron Monkey is actually playing Wei Shen, the main character, too.
Sold.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, so right there, I'm like, that's great casting. I'm not sure how much success it's going to have in the States, but I bet this is going to be a massive, massive movie overseas and has the potential there. Cause it's basically, if you're not familiar with Sleeping Dogs, it's a Grand Theft Auto movie mashup with like a Jackie Chan film. Like it was great. It was a big sleeper hit. Sleeping Dogs. A lot of people I don't think played it, but it was really, really good alternative to something like Grand Theft Auto for those who were getting tired of that same formula. Had a great combat system, but still had the same action and wacky side quests that Grand Theft Auto is known for. Last one I want to talk about. This one's kind of up in the air. Super Mario Brothers is getting a film, which that's been talked about for a while now. We may have not remembered everybody, was that they did a deal with Universal a while ago, and there's going to be there's going to be a Nintendo Land Park in Universal Japan, but that also included them to have the ability to make crossovers and adaptations with stuff with Universal. So Illumination, who's the studio behind Despicable Me and Minions, is creating the animated Super Mario Brothers movie. Shigeru Miyamoto is going to be serving as a co-producer on it, so he's going to be directly tied to it. This may be something special if it can be done. I'm not sure. But I'm holding out hope for this one. I mean, we look at the success that Despicable Me has done, even the standalone Minions movie. They've done good work. So I'm interested. What are your guys' thoughts on this one? Because this one, I'm getting torn from different people talking about it. Some people are like, don't do it, but then other people are like, this could be good.
It's perfect.
Well, yeah, it's animated. So that off the bat, the fact that they're not trying to do some live action craziness, that already has my buy-in. So let's do it.
Now, do we bring back John Leguizamo to play Luigi?
Yes.
Okay.
Can he turn into the Vindicator or whatever he was from
Spawn Clown? Yeah.
Clown.
And I mean, for me, this is a no-brainer, but I'm wondering because I don't think he's done anything on this scale. Charles Martinet has to still voice Mario in this, right?
No, I don't think John. I was joking about John Leguizamo.
Look, I know that, but I mean, from Mario,
they need to get. I mean, if you can get the Mario voice, absolutely.
Yeah. Yes.
You have to do that because that's how people know how Mario sounds. It's like when Jim Henson's son took over for Kermit, like right after. You're like, that's not Kermit.
Yeah.
That's not Big Bird. That's not like. It would just be too jarring, I think. If they have the option to use him, then use him. Imagine Optimus Prime not being that same guy when the Transformers movie came out.
Yeah,
my wife would murder someone because Optimus Prime is her spirit animal.
Yeah, you just have to do that. Dude. And it's mind-boggling to me that we haven't gotten a CG Mario movie yet. Like,
is it?
Yeah, like that character is universally known by everyone.
Right, but
after the Mario Brothers movie, like the one that they made, I think that just kind of killed it for it.
Well, okay, sure, but I mean, Nicolas Cage is still getting work, so obviously you can let the past go.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Yeah,
but Amy Manson, she played the brave girl on Once Upon a Time. I forget the brave character's name.
Oh, Merida.
She played Merida on the TV show Once Upon a Time.
Okay. All right. So not a big star, but that's interesting. Okay.
That's probably a good thing.
Well, yeah, I think with these movies, it's better not to have the major superstar tied to it because then you kind of know right off the bat it's just a cash grab and doesn't have the potential to be okay. But yeah, there's a lot more on the list. We're not going to dive into all, but like The Division, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six has a movie in the works. Like there's a bunch of other things that are in the works that may never see the light of day, but it seems like almost every big franchise has something in the works. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure we'll talk about it as we get these items coming out for sure. Next story. Callow actually broke this a little bit in our Discord, so I want to talk about it here. Everybody. And if you're not in the Discord, head over to psvg.blog, click on the Discord link. You'll drop right in and join in the fun because you miss a lot of the stuff we have going on in day to day if you're not in that crew. Sea of Thieves is currently, and for the past few weeks, in the top watched games and streams on Twitch, kind of out of nowhere. So the game launched in March 2018. Initially a lot of people were streaming this game. Like it was everywhere when it first came out for like a week or two. And then we saw it kind of just disappear. Now, to be fair, Rare has never stopped working on this game. They've continued to do updates. They've made tweaks. They've added new modes. They've added new PvP and PvE stuff. The enemies have evolved and changed as people figured out ways to take advantage of them. Like they've just given it back to them. And all of a sudden now, out of the blue, it's one of the top most streamed things again. Keeping in mind, there's been no new update, recently to cause this. It's not like 2 weeks ago there's a new update. This is why everyone's playing it because it's awesome. It's just been the same thing. But now you got every major streamer all of a sudden playing this game. So Summit, who's a big streamer, has been streaming it recently, and kind of started this kickoff. But then over the past week, this current week we're in now as we're recording, so the week before you listen to this, guys, Ninja, Tim the Tatman, Dr. Disrespect, all of them have jumped into Sea of Thieves. And Dr. Disrespect streams that you can find a best of Dr. Disrespect Sea of Thieves, like greatest hits thing on his channel right now. And it's hilarious because the dude has no idea how to play this game. Like the doc is completely out of his element. Like, and they're showing the stream. He's like, all right, let's go to this barrel. Let's grab this item out of the barrel. And he clearly takes his inventory and puts it into the barrel instead of taking stuff out of the barrel. Like he has no idea what he's playing with. And like, he's trolling all these other players that are playing like he's just, he's being the doc, which is great because he's the character. But he's not doing anything to help sell this game because it's not like you're like, oh man, this is so much action. This is great. So now Donnie, to give him some credit here, he claims this brilliant marketing by Rare. And I'm just wondering, and keeping in mind, there's nothing wrong with this in my mind, but I want to catch your guys' opinion on this because I don't think either of you really chimed in too much on this, if at all. I feel like, now Rare hasn't commented or saying like this, but they've actually commented they love the fact that people are now streaming this game. I'm thinking there has to be some sort of marketing agreement or sponsorship or something going on that caused these players, these streamers who are not known for, number one, playing these styles of games at all or ever playing Sea of Thieves, period, to all of a sudden make this jump at the same time. Keeping in mind, PUBG just had a major update, new map. So Dr. Disrespect, who plays PUBG pretty much religiously, stopped playing PUBG and has played Sea of Thieves for the last 2 weeks. Ninja played it, and he's been basically exclusively Fortnite, and now he took a couple days off to go on a trip, like a mini vacation. And it's all these guys that don't play these styles of game, period. They're always in, battle royale type things, whether it's Call of Duty Blackout and stuff like that. Like Doc actually did the Sea of Thieves stream the other day, streamed Sea of Thieves for 2 hours, then stopped to participate in a Call of Duty Blackout tournament for money, which he won, and then went right back to streaming Sea of Thieves for another 2 hours. So like he made it a priority to go back to this game, even though he just won, a couple grand in a tournament, like playing something else. Like it just makes no sense to me. So I'm wondering, and once again, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I think in my mind, it also may lead to a little bit of dishonesty for people who watch streamers to find out what the new hotness is. If Rare was in fact kind of greasing some palms here or encouraging people to check out Sea of Thieves and stream it when clearly it's not their wheelhouse to do so. Do you guys have any sort of problem with that type of marketing?
No, I think it's fine. I mean, these people are out there. This is their business. They're out. They play video games and basically get paid to do it. They have an audience or whatnot. And I think the only issue comes about if you don't, divulge the fact that, yes, this is an advertisement. This is basically a paid advertisement. So as long as, if that is truly and honestly the case, I think it's on the streamers to let people know, yeah, this is basically a paid advertisement. Rare gave me whatever, the game, money, whatever to play, basically advertise it for them. So that's why I'm playing this game. So if that's truly the case, as long as they're upfront and honest about it at some point, yeah, I got paid to play this, then I'm fine with it. I don't watch a whole lot of streams. I'm not real big into like that universe. So I don't really see a problem with it, but I can totally understand where if you're somebody who is sub to Dr. Disrespect and you go there because you want to see him playing, the first person shooter, you want to see him playing PUBG or Call of Duty or whatnot. And then all of a sudden he's playing this whole other game and that's not why you're sub to him. And he doesn't say that this is a paid advertisement. That's why I'm playing this. I can see how that can be off-putting or be a bit of a problem. But me personally, I don't have a problem with it at all.
Yeah. So I'm looking at Twitch right now as we're recording this, Thursday. It's 11 o'clock at night. Sea of Thieves has 96,000 people watching it on Twitch right now. So to put it in perspective here, Resident Evil 2 has 108,000 viewers. So a game that's brand new that everybody's talking about is barely beating Sea of Thieves. Fortnite has 152,000. League of Legends 140,000. But those are the top 4 games on Twitch right now if you log in to see what people are watching. So yeah, before I keep going on, so Josh, your thoughts?
So, I mean, I would argue Sea of Thieves is more fun to watch than play. When Sea of Thieves came out, I'm pretty sure that Twitch numbers were bonkers crazy, like super high. And they were for a while. And Microsoft still says like Sea of Thieves sales numbers have been incredible, even with Game Pass. So people are playing it. And I think it just recently dropped to like $30, where there was a sale when it was 30. The last DLC came out in November, and now the arena is like weeks away. So maybe people are gearing up.
Building up for the arena, yeah.
For the arena. Maybe they just want a break from shooters. Like, all these things are possible, but yeah, I mean, they're getting incentive. People get incentive all the time. And like, kind of like what Dev said, they don't always come forward with that info that they're getting either paid or they're getting free merch or whatever the case is. Like, that's what all streamers do. I think it would be different if you like logged into Twitch and there's 5 channels and they all had Sea of Thieves. And that's all you could watch, but you can go watch any game you want on Twitch. I think like what you're talking about is like sometimes people only watch certain streamers, where that is the reason why Rare might pay Ninja to go play Sea of Thieves, but it's still always available to watch and play, like watch someone play. So I don't know that necessarily it's like a devious act where they don't want people telling people that they're like paying them. Because I don't think that Rare has that kind of money to pay Ninja to go stream.
Oh, Microsoft does.
Microsoft does, sure.
But if Microsoft does, why not do it on Mixer?
Right, or why not promote Game Pass instead of Sea of Thieves? Like, Microsoft doesn't really have that much. I wouldn't imagine they have too much incentive to push Sea of Thieves. Again, that's selling fine for them, when they could be like, Ninja, go play State of Decay 2. We need some help with that one. Like, there must be other things that they could, like, we'll see what happens when Crackdown comes out, right? We'll see who's playing Crackdown. We'll see how many people are playing it.
That's true.
That might be more of a line to like where things are going, but I was just surprised to see that it's that high, but I'm happy for him. It's still a game I wanted to love, and it still looks beautiful.
It does. I've been thinking about trying to go back and just seeing something, but you're right. So maybe this answers the question on why not Mixer, Dev. So looking at Mixer's numbers right now, the number 1 stream game is PUBG, and only has just under 8,000 people watching.
Oof.
So Sea of Thieves right now is streaming with 716 people watching, versus on Twitch has almost 100,000 people watching Sea of Thieves. So I think the audience isn't there for Mixer. And I don't have a problem with Mixer either, but I just always think, let me go to Twitch. I don't know why. It has that name recognition I don't think Mixer has yet, but yeah.
It's so funny. I prefer Mixer. Like, the stream, the quality is so much better.
Yes, I think that. I just think it's like, the interactivity with it. Yeah, and
it doesn't take up your whole screen when you're streaming.
That's true.
Yeah,
which is
you can
the
turn
worst.
You can turn that off, can't you?
I don't think you can. At least I haven't figured it out for Twitch. On PlayStation, when I stream, it takes up like an eighth of my screen.
You can hide that whole chat stuff.
You? That's
an
experienced streamer.
Yeah. It's just if you hide that and you want to interact with anybody that's commenting, you won't know that they're commenting unless you have it up on something
that's
else.
Why you gotta sit at your computer and have a screen up so you can follow chat, or even on your phone. Have your phone properly.
That's true. You can do your phone. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, same thing. I think with Dev's, I agree with a little bit more with what Dev said, as far as I don't have a problem with it, but I wish they would say.
Yeah.
Because like, and I'm kind of keeping an eye on what Dr. Disrespect does, because he's said before, he's like, oh, yeah, the guys from PUBG, they sent me a loot crate like in real life. Like they sent him a big wooden crate that he opened up and it had all this cool stuff in.
Yeah.
So he talked about stuff like that. And Fortnite's in the same thing. They sent out the llama pinatas to people in real life, and it has all gear and stuff inside. So they've always mentioned those things. I just haven't heard anybody say anything about Sea of Thieves. And
do you think someone should say if they're not getting paid then? Because you would never know. Like, hey,
I guess I want them just to say why they chose it.
Yeah.
Like, I guess that's really what it is. I want to say, like, oh, hey, I've been wanting to check this out, and I'm getting a little bit tired of playing PUBG. Let me move on to this, because I also think if it wasn't all these big streamers at once doing it,
right,
it wouldn't be as weird to me. Like, if it was just Ninja or just Dr. Disrespect went and did it, and the others kept playing what they play, I don't think it'd be as weird. It's just that they all went to this game, which has been out forever. Like you said, the last update was back in November, so it's not like there was a new update that got them all to try it out. Like, it's just weird timing that all of the biggest ones are playing it at the same time. Seems a little weird.
Yeah.
That's all.
Do you think maybe it's a Twitch thing? Maybe they paid Twitch and then Twitch, you're partnered with Twitch. So here's something from Twitch to say, okay, you guys play this for a while.
Or I didn't realize that there was an arena coming that Josh clued into. They might start doing tournaments, and all these guys are gearing up to compete in tournaments to make money. So it wouldn't be a direct endorsement, but if they know, hey, there's going to be this invitational coming out at E3 or before E3, and I can make some money doing it, then that would be incentive for Ninja, for Dr. Disrespect to jump in and try and learn the game as quick as possible to earn some more cash. That might be the most probable. So to move on, we got one last story before we wrap up this show that I want to talk about. And Amazon, now they've talked about this a little bit, but it seems to be more and more coming to reality, is reportedly developing a subscription video game streaming service. So we've seen these things. We've seen what Game Pass does, essentially. Although with Game Pass, you're downloading the game. With PS Now, you're streaming the game. Nintendo Switches even did it with Resident Evil 7, where you're able to stream the game to the thing. You're never actually buying it. And arguably, they're all in this big rush to become what I would say is like the Netflix of gaming. That is the next frontier, I think, for a lot of these people. So Google's already working on it. You know, I had played, I'm forgetting the name of it. What was it called, Josh? So we played Project Stream. Project Stream. Yeah. With Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So Google is dipping their toe in it and seeing what they can do. Microsoft, arguably with Game Pass, that is probably the best example of Netflix, although you have to download the game, which I'm fine with that. I'd rather do that than stream a game anyway, but they're all kind of in the same wheelhouse. But now, if Amazon steps in here, is this the player that has enough chips to make it happen and make it become a reality? They're talking with Amazon's potential stuff they're kind of shopping around. They'd be able to stream stuff using their technology to virtually anything, whether it's your cell phone, whether it's your tablet, whether it's your Fire Stick to your TV. This gives a potential, because of all these Amazon devices we have, or devices that are capable of utilizing Amazon, that we're not pigeonholed into one specific device. Or this would be a family subscription. So like, you know, I have Amazon Prime. All my kids have it on their phone for different things, for the music or, you know, Audible. My sister-in-law uses it. Like, we're all using it. This could be a deal breaker where if they're able to get some of these big titles, and not even saying exclusives, if they just get the big games, this could potentially be a major player in the marketplace. So, and I think its biggest competitor right now, arguably, is Game Pass. Game Pass, I think, is the perfect example of what this could be. But if Amazon can make it go on all my devices, whether it's my PC, my TV, whatever, that might be a deal breaker for me. So if Amazon were to do something soon, because it sounds like they're gearing up for something potentially talked more about this year to look at coming out in 2020, to digital revolution. Josh, what would your interest level be in something like this?
So they're kind of already doing it. I don't know if you saw around the internet, like a month ago, they started sending out Sonic packages to everyone, and inside was all this like Sonic gear, but also was Fire Stick HD or Fire TV HD, and one of the wireless controllers that's just an Xbox controller. And if you have a Fire TV, you can just go download Sonic. They have some like relatively impressive looking games on there that you can play that I didn't expect. I expected it to be like Frogger and all the TV games you see on the smart TVs. They got some legitimate games you can play on there, and you can literally use one of those like controllers for mobile games on the Fire Stick. Not everyone, a lot of people have Amazon Prime already. if they control that area. So if they said, hey, we're going to launch this gaming service, if you already have Amazon Prime, you just have to pay an extra $30 a month. Boom. Easy sale. $30, not a month, sorry, a year, not a month.
Yeah.
That's a little crazy.
Yeah.
They're like an extra $30 a year on top of your Prime membership. That would be perfect, because look at all the people, everyone's parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles who have Amazon Prime that don't watch Amazon TV.
Yeah.
But they're paying for it.
Yeah.
Like, you're paying $120 a year just to get free shipping. You're not even doing it for the Amazon other benefits you get. So, like, they could just offer that as, okay, Amazon Prime, it's now $150 a year, and it comes with game streaming. They would make a killing.
They would. I mean,
people would have to pay it because they need that free shipping.
That's true. They have the Jackbox Party Pack games on there already. You can play a lot of this stuff on the Fire TV Cube, and they sell a exclusive controller made by Amazon. It's $50, but you can use your PS4 controllers with the Bluetooth capability. You could use a wired Xbox 360 or an Xbox One controller and just plug into the Cube. So I mean, there's options like right out the bat to play this thing with the controller. And it all supports multiplayer and stuff like that. But a lot of the games, to be fair though, it seems it's all like mobile ports.
Yeah.
Stuff for the most part. If they're able to get Assassin's Creed or, something of that nature that you're able to play on this and have it subscription based, that could be a big deal to compete with that Game Pass, but maybe make it a little more accessible because you don't even need essentially that hardware. You're just using the hardware you already have in your house because, like you said, everybody and their grandmother has it at this point.
Yeah.
So, Dev, you're the digital guy here. What say you?
I'm so skeptical. I still think Google is best in place to do something like this because they have Google Fi, they have Google Fiber, they have the infrastructure to actually create the ability to stream an Assassin's Creed Odyssey, not just mobile ports. I think Amazon, everybody has Amazon Prime for the shipping. Yeah, you can tack an extra $30 on, but I mean, are we really going to be able to get like a big AAA game or lots of AAA games onto this service? And if so, like, how are they turning a profit on that? Like, what's the cost?
Right.
And then with that, like, if you're streaming Assassin's Creed Odyssey or any of these AAA games, and the next thing is, 4K, or even if it's HD, like, streaming that is not the same as streaming a movie that you're watching. Like, the actual bandwidth that you need to be able to have, the speed that you need to be able to have to keep that game running properly. I'm going to keep saying this, like, the US just lacks the network infrastructure to be able to do that regularly. So yeah, your grandmother has Amazon Prime, but she also has like 10 megs up, 10 megs down. Like, she's not watching. I mean, she can watch Netflix and she's probably barely getting an HD signal, but I feel like we're still a ways off from really being able to take off with like fully just streaming a big AAA game. I think, we'll definitely be able to do it with like the ports of mobile games. Not going to be a problem. That's going to be like the start of it, but I still think we're a ways off when it comes to the bigger stuff as far as network infrastructure. And then also like you're looking at, if now you have all of the US streaming these huge games, you're looking at the actual internet suppliers looking at all of this stuff going across their lines. And like, what does that do in the internet prices? Are they going to create fast lanes and slow lanes? Or, oh, you have Amazon Prime with game streaming. Oh, you need to get this tier of internet to be able to support that. So I still think we're a ways off just from an infrastructure standpoint. And that's why I'm totally skeptical of how soon it'll be before, we get rid of just the console box, and now you just need this little stick to stream and jack into an interface. I still think we're a ways off. I mean, look at half the guys here in the team. Like, we got a lot of people who still want to buy a disc. They don't want to buy, they don't want to get a digital game. They don't want to just have it unlocked. They want to go get the disc, So I'm skeptical. I just feel like we're not quite there yet.
Okay. Fair enough. We shall see what the future holds for us. But the immediate future for us holds us signing off for the evening and saying goodbye to all you awesome listeners out there. But especially we have to take a quick moment to thank our super awesome Patreon producers, which ironically enough includes the three of us here. We literally put our money where our mouths are. We're supporting ourselves. We don't need no man. We can support ourselves.
Look at me, Mom.
But also, Patreon supporters, Coach Hulk, thank you. Edwin Callow, of course. Chris M., Kyle Heyman, Joel Voss, thank you all for supporting us. And if you are interested in supporting the PSVG team, head on over to patreon.com/PSVG. Check out the different reward tiers you can get for there, including the super awesome PSVG DLC. Episode 1 is already out. You can listen to that train wreck of a podcast that was amazing all at the same time. And look forward to my attempt at doing something coming at the end of this month as well. So we hope you all enjoy, but head on over to patreon.com/PSVG to check that out, or psvg.blog to find the hub of everything we do and all the shows we do. But Josh, where can people find you and what you working on?
Well, you can find me on the Board with Video Games podcast. You can do that. I'm there. I'm there every week.
It's true.
This week, today is Thursday while we record this. Board with Video Games dropped. We had the one and only Mr. Delvin Cox as a guest, and it was definitely a departure from our normal show, but in a good way. I think some change can be good every once in a while. It was a fun interview. So check that out. You can find me on PlayStation Network and Xbox Live at Why So Serious. That's SIRRIUS. And Saturday night, we have our community game night.
It's in the past now.
Oh, shoot.
Saturday night, we had our community game night playing Halo 5.
That was great. We played Halo 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was fun. So I look forward to another community game night coming up in the future.
Yeah, there you have it. And we should also mention too, we if you're a Patreon supporter as well, you're entered in our monthly giveaways,
yes,
as well as part of our reward tiers, which I believe by the time you're hearing this, Board with VG will have announced their winner of Santorini, right?
Correct.
So look forward to the next month. There'll be a new show doing a giveaway. But yeah, all you have to do is support us on the Patreon. You can be entered into free games or swag or all sorts of goodiness that we will send your way. So, but Dev, where can people find you and what you're up to on the weekly?
Yeah, you can find me at PSVGOT. That's my podcast with Coach Mo. We just dropped an episode Tuesday, looking to see if we can land a Patreon supporter, Chaffee. See if we can get him this weekend for our next show. I think we're also it's gonna be fun. you need
to let him know we work clean. Because I cannot go through and edit a show with Chaffee just doing whatever he wants. I'm just saying that right now.
Oh yeah, we will let him know. Hey, this is a family show.
Yes.
I think we're up next for the giveaway as well. So I know awesome. Mo's got a deep grab bag of things.
Yeah, he does.
I believe he touted it as the best grab bag in all of PSVG. Just saying. So you can find me there. You can find me on PSN at DatNinjaDev2, over on the Xbox at DatNinjaDev. There's a Nintendo friend code out there somewhere. I just look for me on Twitter at DevATias. That's where I'm at the most. Or you can come find me in our Discord, basically trolling Donnie, because that's what I do best.
It's kind of what we all do. It's fair. You can find me on Twitter at PSVGKevin. You can find all my gamer tags and stuff there, or just hit me up on there, and I'll be happy to share with you if you want to link up and play something, or if you have a suggestion maybe for a community night gaming event, let us know. And we're always open to suggestions and ideas. We've done, at this point, Halo 5. We've done Overwatch. We've done Call of Duty Blackout. We did Smash Nights. I mean, there's been all sorts of things. We're always looking for that next thing for us to all play. And hopefully it's a game that's accessible to many people, whether it's on Game Pass or, as a PS Plus game or a free trial like Call of Duty Blackout worked out great. We're always open to those suggestions. But yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in each and every week and supporting us. And hopefully, our goal this year is to grow a little bit more. So if you're enjoying the show or any of the shows, really, keep in mind, PSVG has its own feed. Board with Video Games has its own feed. Nintendo Shack has its own feed. Arcadia Academia has its own feed. So if you want to go and subscribe to just those shows, or you want to make a recommendation because somebody loves board games, have them look up that feed and subscribe to it there. And that way they don't have to get looped up in all the other shows if they're not interested. We just want to spread the good word and reach as many ears as possible. That's the goal this year, everybody. So thank you as always. Thank you for listening. Thank you for telling a friend. But most importantly, we ask as always that you never stop gaming.
This has been a PSVG production. Any music, sound effects, or the like is owned by their respective copyright holders. No infringement is intended. The views expressed in this production are those of the individual contributor and may not necessarily reflect PSVG. This production may not be repurposed, reused, or redistributed without the express written consent of PSVG. PSVG is powered by patrons at patreon.com/PSVG. Become a patron to get special perks, including access to exclusive content.